Are you ready to hear another success story? Stay tuned for this next episode of Digest This.
Welcome to Digest This, the show that helps you revolutionize your digestive health. Here are your hosts, Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato.
Hello, and welcome to Digest This. I'm Dr. Liz Cruz, and we've got Tina Nunziato sitting right by my side. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. If you're one of our regular listeners, thank you for being on this journey with us. And if you are a new listener, we welcome you. We welcome you to the family. Please check out our library. We've got over 500 episodes that we've been podcasting on for over 10 years.
We're on 12 years now.
12 years.
Yeah, you say over 10 years, but
goodness.
we're 12 years podcasting.
Yeah, look at that, how the
A lot
years
of
go
different
by.
haircuts over the years, I'll tell you. Speaking of haircuts, hi, Dean.
Hi.
Yes, I got a haircut.
That's awesome. I appreciate you getting a haircut for this podcast with us today.
Yeah, so we've got a special guest with us, Dean. Dean is joining us and joining us from Texas. And Dean, we're so happy that you are here with us, sharing your success story. There are many listeners who are always excited to hear these stories. And so thank you so much for agreeing to do this and for being on the show with us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, Dean, I know you reached out to me recently, and we hadn't heard from you for a while. We hadn't seen your face or heard your voice. So tell us, what triggered you to reach out to us?
Well, I reached out because I got an email and I wanted to update my records with you all and just reconnect and see what you all were doing. And I was surprised because I've been using the probiotics for so long and it's been working very well. And I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis in 2007 when I was living in Tennessee. And I relocated to Arizona in Phoenix area and was introduced to you all in your practice in, it was 2009 when I got there, because I had to have a colonoscopy every 2 years because of my condition. And it was a scary thing going through colonoscopies in my 40s. I was on Lialda, a medicine called Lialda, and through your help and working with you, I kept on that medicine, and I had a relapse in, I believe it was 2010 into 11, and I went into remission again and had to change my diet and had to change a little lifestyle with eating and more exercise. And then in 2014, I had another episode and I decided to do things a little different with the probiotics. And that's when I started the probiotics. And within a year, I was off the medicines completely, and I've been in remission since 2015.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's such a great story.
So how did you get introduced to our practice when you moved to Arizona?
I got a referral through my mother-in-law who was going through the practice because she had digestive issues as well. And that's how we met, through her, and started doing the appointments and the checkups and then started the probiotics in 2014, and that's how it all began.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I know when you and I spoke, I was like, you were telling me, oh, I'm still taking the probiotics. I'm like, that's so wonderful. I was like, do you want to do a success story? And you were like, I'd love to. I was like, that's so great.
Yeah, it's a good feeling knowing that I'm not on the medication anymore and I can do it through diet and through the probiotics and just moderation with what I eat and when I eat and how much I eat.
Mm-hmm. That's so great. Such a great testimony. Thank you for sharing that. Just curious, when you were having your flare-ups, what symptoms were you having?
The bleeding.
Okay.
And I knew right away what it was coming. And it would take a while to go through that whole process and painful and uncomfortable and then having the colonoscopy and then working with you to get me on the right track again.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. So then you started the probiotics, was it 2014 then when you started
That's
those?
correct. That's correct.
Okay. And how long were you on them before you started seeing some improvement in symptoms and before you were able to go off of the medication?
It was, I remember it was between 6 to 10 months time frame that things
Okay.
started to work out better. I could feel different. I know my routine through the day was different, my bathroom routine, and I just felt better. I was off the medicine for the first couple months, and I just continued to stay off it, and I've been in remission ever since. And
That's awesome. Yeah, I
it's been
appreciate you
11
saying
years.
that. I appreciate you saying that because a lot of people will try a supplement for 30 days or 60 days, and if it doesn't work, they're like, "Oh, forget this, it's not working," you know. But I tell them that our bodies get to where they are over a long period of time, and we can't expect to do something and for it to fix overnight, right? It takes a minute. So
100%.
I'm glad you stuck with it, and I'm glad that you saw that the results of sticking with it and continue. And then the other thing is you are continuing to take them every day for, so what will it be? It'll be 12 years.
Yeah.
12
Yeah,
years. I mean,
12 years.
so that's another thing. The fact that you've stayed on it is awesome because a lot of people will feel better and then they'll stop, right? Oh, I feel good. I don't need to be doing it anymore. Or is it safe for me to keep taking these, for a long period of time? And yes, it's absolutely safe. There's nothing wrong with it. If it's working, don't stop it. We have a lot of people are like, well, I
Right.
feel better. I'm like, that's because you're taking it. Right? That's really great that you've stuck with it all these years.
Thank you. I wanted to talk about it because once you stick with something and you know it's working, I don't want to go back to that feeling of being sick again.
Yeah. So Dean, this is so awesome and it's so great for our listeners, because the other component as far as the probiotics and, the discussion about you taking them, could you talk a little bit about your diet? Because you said you made changes, and one thing that Tina and I always talk about is how our body was made to heal itself. Okay, you just have to give it what it needs to heal itself. And so if you could talk a little bit, you don't have to go in a lot of detail. If you want, that's fine, but to what your diet was like before and then when you changed it up and what you're doing, because I think that is also very helpful to our listeners, and so they could hear it from someone else.
That's a very good question. What I did, I started taking notes, writing down what I was eating, how much I was eating, what made me feel good, what didn't make me feel good, and then go in moderation and just take it down a little. All the, especially with breads and wheats, really affected me. The ulcerative colitis was the disease was feeding off the wheat and the breads. The more I ate bread, the more I didn't feel good. So I would do it in moderation. If I eat a sandwich one day, the next day I'll skip it and have a sandwich the next day. And just write the notes down on how my body was reacting and how I felt. Same thing with acids, juices, things like that. Instead of having an orange juice every day, have it twice a week. The acid in my stomach was reacting as well. I also realized I was lactose intolerant. So I did that in moderation and just cut back the milks and the dairy products and everything in moderation. And I started feeling better and better with walking and exercise and moderation on my diet and cutting back on the things that were bothering me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, that's awesome that you took the time to do that for yourself.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you listened to your body and you made changes based on that, because a lot of people might, even if they take the time to do it, maybe they'll get, like a lot of people I found get upset. They're like, oh, I can't eat bread or I can't eat my dairy. And they get upset and they're like, forget this, I'm still going to eat it anyway. And then they wonder why they don't feel good.
Right.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
being aware of how your body reacts to what you eat and making the change. And my goal was to get off the medication and stay off the medication. And by using the probiotic and using my daily vitamins and just walking 40 minutes a day, 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night, makes me feel better. I sleep better and I feel better.
That's wonderful.
Were you exercising before you were diagnosed or before you made all these changes with your diet and drinking more water? Had you been exercising, or was that something new you incorporated?
I was exercising, but not in a way that was, exercising, but not on a routine. I would exercise, then stop, then exercise and stop, not a consistent, being consistent with it. I was very active. I'm a very active person and stay healthy from that standpoint, but it wasn't consistent. And I think, again, with exercise, moderation and consistency is what did it.
Yeah. When you say you
It
were
made me feel
active, what were you active in? What were you doing?
traveling, walking, biking, outdoor activities,
But
those
you would
type
do
of
them
things.
you would do them in spurts. You weren't doing
Exactly.
it. I
Sports,
see.
not
Okay.
not an everyday thing, like the
Okay.
weekend warrior thing. You talk
Yeah,
about a
yeah.
weekend warrior.
Yeah.
So you started walking consistently twice a day, 20 minutes each. Are you doing any other form of exercise, or would you say that's your main form of exercise?
That's my main form. Correct.
Okay. I'm just trying to make a point to our listeners, right?
How simple.
How simple. Like, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
be complicated. You don't have to go out and buy yourself a whole gym set. You don't even have to join a gym. You don't have to, I mean, just walking. Getting out and walking is truly such a underrated, amazing exercise.
For sure. How is the weather there where you live? Because I know here a lot of people are like, oh, it's too hot. I
question,
can't go
yeah.
out. You know, I know that you go out first thing in the morning or after the sun goes down. It's actually not too bad. Is that how it is where you are in
That's
Texas?
correct. It gets very hot and humid here in Texas, and you do it before the sun comes up, early in the morning or right before sunset. After dinner is the best time. Before you eat breakfast, go out and burn it off, and then come in and have your breakfast in the morning, or before you start your day, or after you eat in the evening.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's so great. Dean, do you mind if I ask, do you have any other medical conditions?
No, I do not.
Okay.
No,
So you're
just the
overall a very healthy person.
just the
Yeah.
just the ulcerative colitis I've had to deal with, and dealing with being lactose intolerant. And the cheese is what really bothers me. The cheeses, I can't have any cheese at all. So I just cut cheese out of my diet completely.
Okay.
What do you notice when you did eat cheese? I mean, like, would cheese in itself flare up your colitis with bleeding, or was it other symptoms you were having?
Other symptoms, right? The feeling of going and passing right to the bathroom.
Okay.
Cramping, a lot
urgency.
of cramping.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of cramping with cheese. So I just cut it out completely.
Do you know, Dean, if you have family history of these things, or is this kind of like it's just you and you're dealing with it, or did your parents or anybody in your family have issues
I-
like this?
It was on my mother's side. My grandmother had it, and my sister has it. She has
Okay.
diverticulitis. My sister has diverticulitis. I never got that far, but thank goodness. But she deals with it from that standpoint. But it comes from, we did the research, it came from my grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of these issues do tend to be hereditary.
I would
So,
agree.
yeah.
I have another question. You seem like a very calm, Zen-like person. You know, we talk a lot about also how stress affects our health and emotional stress, anxiety, things like that. Can you make any comments into how you've dealt with stress personally in your life?
Well, I'm glad you said, because that's what triggered the original episode that I had in 2007 was stress. It was a work-related stress, and it was constant every day that my body finally gave in. My immune system gave into it, and I've had to adjust. Over the last, I'd say, 10 years, I've had to change my mindset when it came to work to just relax and take. I do breathing exercises, I meditate. Those are the type of things that help me with the stress.
What do
I'm
you do
glad
for
you brought
work?
that up. I was a project manager
Okay.
for installation for telecom company.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And actually, since you mentioned meditation, because there's so many different things for meditation out there these days, apps and all sorts of amazing, amazing tools. What do you find that works for you best for meditation?
Just take time to yourself alone. I close my eyes and I think about the day, what I want to accomplish in the day, and just take in the day before you start.
That's beautiful.
Kind of plan it out.
I love
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's so
You're
great.
welcome.
Well, anything else, Dean, you want to share that you think would be helpful for our listeners to know about you and your journey and everything?
I think just reflect on yourself and know your body. Get to know what affects it and how it affects it, and try to take notes and make the changes little at a time. It doesn't have to happen overnight. My journey is still today, and it's going to go on for the rest of my life. I don't want to go back to when I was sick, and that was the key. Being sick was the worst feeling, and you just have to figure out what works for you and then stick to it, and you'll be a success. It's evolving. The journey's evolving, just like with anything you do in your life. You just have to work at it a little at a time.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Dean. I think I could speak for Tina also. We've learned so much. Your testimony is beautiful, and I know that it's going to touch a lot of people, a lot of our listeners. It'll touch their hearts. So thank you so much for being willing to do this with us today. And if you have not connected with us and you want to connect with us, please check out our website. Go to drlizcruz.com. You can connect with us in several ways. We have our contact information there. You can also sign up for our newsletter. And if you would like to schedule a free 30-minute wellness consult, you can also do that. Right on the homepage, there's a magenta colored button that you can click and schedule that, and it's free, and it's done from over the phone, so you can do it from anywhere in the world. And if you haven't rated us, please rate us. Please give us a 5. It's going to help other people just like you to find us faster. And lastly, if you have not subscribed to our podcast, please subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you on the next podcast.
Thank you for joining Dr. Liz Cruz and Tina Nunziato. To learn more about their revolutionary products and services, go online to www.drlizcruz.com.